Listeners of the deep below, we welcome you to a new story, and as always, ask you to visit the author's work, as well as visit us on other social media platforms. Welcome to the story. I don't know why it started. Truth be told, no one does. Looking back, there were reports publicized and news articles published about the phenomena well before it was ever a disaster. But they were all buried under the torrent of social media and other news. No one except for those in the professional scientific community were paying attention to the rapid increase in gnat reproduction. Reportedly, gnats all around the world simultaneously began reproducing quicker and in far larger numbers than should have been natural. Before, the average gnat would lay around anywhere from 100 to 500 eggs, with only a fraction of those numbers successfully hatching. However, when the reproduction rate suddenly increased, it was recorded by researchers that their subjects suddenly began laying triple the average amount, with the survival rate for the newborn increasing by over 70%. It drove the scientific community crazy, but as I said earlier, the vast majority of us did not listen. Too many other things going on at the time, I suppose. The effects that this phenomena would have on the environment were severe. Animals that fed on gnats thrived, while plants the gnats fed on were quickly decimated. Biology would state that because of the quickly depleting food sources, reproduction and number of the gnats should drastically decrease as well, as the environment would not be capable of supporting such a large group. In some ways, that was correct, while in others, regrettably incorrect. Because what was occurring did not stand in line with our natural reasoning and understanding of biology. The gnats did begin to quickly die off, but their reproduction did not slow. It was observed that the gnats would be born and seemingly live just long enough to reach the adult stage, and then die. Astonishingly, it appeared that they no longer needed food to live for about a week that it took them to grow into adults. They just lived to grow, reproduce, and die. The number of gnats quickly grew into an uncountable amount. Swarms would regularly be around, and areas around aquatic environments became uninhabitable because of the numbers. Soon, there were stay-at-home orders, curfews, businesses closing, society itself crawling to a stop. To go outside was to be constantly going through gnats. Simply opening the door to your home would let insufferable numbers inside. No one knew what was going on, what to do, or when it was going to end. That's when we began to notice. The corpses of the dead gnats had stopped decomposing. With the number of gnats present, it was quickly noticed how their bodies piled up. At first, it would just be a thin layer of the small black bodies, in random patches around here and there. However, soon it became a sheet, then a carpet. Before we knew it, the bodies piled up like a snowfall. Going outside meant not only being swarmed and covered, but also having to wade through the sea of corpses. At the time of this writing, my best guess is that there is about 1.5 feet of dead gnats enveloping the ground. It reached almost up to my knees in the few occasions I was able to go out for more food and water. Not that I can anymore. It feels like walking through a dense snowfall of beads, making squishy sounds as I stake each step on the spongy surface. I don't know when it'll end. I don't know what is going on. The television went out, and I never hear anyone on the radio anymore. Only pre-recorded messages and playlists. I haven't seen anyone in weeks. Only occasionally does my internet come back online to see news sites barren, and social media barely having new posts. I'm running out of food, water, and options. When I look outside, all I see is a rapidly moving black current, with light poking in and out during the daytime. The outside air looks like TV static, and the ground a black sea of tiny corpses. The world is being drowned in the corpses of gnats.